3 days of darkness, during which the world will be offline, quiet, no shit, and potentially chaotic. I don't think potentially.
Yeah, because here's the thing, is that the solar flashes will take out electricity.
Yes.
But America's still got guns, and those are just operated by hand.
That's true.
I don't think this is going to be the breakdown of government. I don't think that's... No, I think it'll be chaos and rioting, and I think everyone's going to get a TV, and then we're all going to kill each other.
Hello! Welcome to Believe. I'm Phil Green.
And I'm David Ferguson.
And this is a podcast all about the world's craziest mysteries and conspiracies and big old flashes.
It is big old flashes. We love a good flash.
We love a flash. This is the biggest flash we've had actually so far on the podcast.
Oh my gosh. It makes me very, very, very happy. Not Flash like the terrible movie, but the rather good TV show.
Great TV show.
I love the...
And Flash Gordon, great movie.
Oh my God, I love that. I
love Flash Gordon. Better than Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into that debate in another episode. Sorry. This is a podcast all about the world's craziest myths, mysteries, and conspiracies. In each episode, we bring on a guest. That guest has picked a myth, mystery, or conspiracy they want to talk about. It might be something they believe, it might be something they don't believe, or it might just be something they are curious as fuck about, and they want two people to get facts and figures from the internet, and then we try to prove it, debunk it, or neither, because we've never really managed to achieve any of those things.
No, because we're just the bad boys of podcasting.
That's all we are, just the bad boys of podcasting. Where can people follow us on social media?
Oh, all over the place. You can follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky if it's still around.
Yeah.
And we are Believe Pod.
Absolutely. It's where you can tell us what you think about the conspiracies we've been talking about. We want to know your opinion. Also, let us know what you'd like us to cover on this podcast. DM us, let us know. We've done a load of episodes in this season that we have, the suggestions that have come from you guys. Mm-hmm. You can also email us, believeconspiracypod@gmail.com. And if they really love this podcast and they want to support the pod in a way and get something for doing that, is there a way that could happen?
Oh my God, there totally is. We have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/BelievePod, you get ad-free listening, you get early access, and you get loads of extras.
You get an extra episode every single week. And we've got some very exciting ones that have just come out. We just did one on the Miami Mall alien incident.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
Which, if you've never heard about it, is absolutely batshit. Well worth checking out. We also got one on the Meghan Markle no birth conspiracy.
I love Meghan.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I do. She's
that
bringing the world
very
up.
much comes across in that episode. We've also got one on the Max Headroom incident. There's just loads of exciting, very interesting, very niche ones. If you want to see the more weirder stuff, join our Patreon, and you're also helping us support the podcast, and we will love you for that forever. I'm also doing some previews of my latest stand-up show before you and I both go to the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm going to be in Manchester, Tunbridge Wells, Watford, Buxton, Shaftesbury, Newcastle, Durham, and Camden. There is a link in our bio. You can also go to philgreencomedy.com. We will tell you a bit about our Edinburgh shows at the end of this season as well.
Yes, we will, because we'll know what they are by then.
Yeah, we'll know what they're about. Well, we probably won't, but we'll know where they are. So we'll tell you about that later today. Anyway, George is ready.
Oh, George
We've
ready.
given him a brush. We've done his flea treatment, and he is ready to go. And who is today's fabulous guest?
Today's fabulous guest is just a shining light on the comedy scene. I love her. The fantastic, the wonderful Robyn Perkins.
The fantastic, the wonderful Robyn Perkins. Robyn is a multi-award winning comedian and MC. She tackles some of life's biggest and most emotionally charged topics on stage and can be seen at major comedy clubs all over the UK and the world. She's won the Sydney Fringe's Comedy Award, the Perth Fringe Weekly World in 2020, as well as many other awards. She's also presenter of Comedy for the Curious, a science comedy panel show about human behavior that delves into a specific topic ranging from the science of love to the psychology of conspiracy theories.
Oh, that's relevant.
Yes, that is very, very relevant. We're very excited to have her on. And what is the myth, mystery, or conspiracy that Robyn has chosen?
The Great Solar Flash.
The Great Solar Flash. Let's bring on Robyn.
Get out of the rabbit hole.
It's a fake. Every single bird in the sky is a robot.
It's fiction.
Doubt your government.
It's an urban legend.
Like if they're actually spraying something in the sky.
No way.
A stream of absurdity.
It's a total fabrication.
Welcome to the podcast, Robyn Perkins!
Yeah.
I love the jumpsuit.
Love the jumpsuit.
Thank you.
Is it a trademark? The
It
jumpsuit?
is.
Yeah.
But normally on stage I wear like denim jumpsuits. And so this is my chatting jumpsuit.
Okay, like
Yeah,
nice
I've got
then.
it's all stretchy and
So
stuff. It's
honoured that
very-
you wore the chat jumpsuit for this.
Yeah, you know.
You feel like an action movie star.
Yeah.
You-
Oh, I do. I do a lot of lunging on stage typically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the most convenient podcast you've ever done?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without giving too much away, I live a 5-minute walk from here.
Yeah. Robyn was one of the easiest bookings we've ever had. She went, what? It's there? Yep, I'll do that.
Absolutely. Yes, please. Honestly.
Not a problem. You've been playing water polo.
Oh yeah, that was yesterday.
Yes.
So I used to play for National League.
Did you?
Yeah,
I did not know that. Okay.
Oh, I played for like 10, 15 years. I was like all buff and stuff, and then stopped playing in 2016-ish because of comedy. And then an old teammate of mine 2 weeks ago texted me going, "Are you still swimming? And would you like to come and play?" And I went, "I'm not still swimming. I would love to come and play." So then I got 2 weeks to get back into shape, which, in case you're wondering, is not enough. And then played 2 games of water polo yesterday.
I have to say, I've only played once. It is hard work.
Yeah, because you can't touch the bottom of the pool.
No.
Yeah, most people think you can just stand on the bottom of the pool.
Yeah,
No,
you
you are
can't.
treading water the
How do you
entire
get the
time.
horses to swim?
Yeah, well, they drown, and so by the end, you're actually standing on horses. So it's actually much easier by the end of the game.
Screw the horses.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
exactly. Oh, then we make burgers. Anyway, sorry, was that too?
For Tesco.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm gonna start a new conspiracy. That
That is a lovely callback from a story that I totally forgot about. Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, but yeah, they went well. We won one, lost one.
Yeah.
It's very physical. There's somebody who basically is trying to drown you the whole time. Like it's very intense.
Because you can like put your hands on someone else's shoulders, right?
Yeah, so the very typical rule, can I use the
Yes.
Barbie to...
Yes.
Okay, oh my God, can I use...
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so if I'm marking Barbie, okay, right? And she's treading water, right? So I can have my hand... Oh no, I don't want to... Oh, she's got her... Okay. She's even wearing bathing suit, almost ready to go. Okay, so if I have my hand on her shoulder like this, I could just be like, oh, look, and just push her under, right? And then the second she gets past the ball, then I have to be like, oh, I was never touching her. But also there's like, so typically, you just like all of my weight. I'm just like, I'm just gonna, and then she's got to just tread water.
This is a game? This sounds like hell.
Oh, that's not even the
experience.
worst. Oh, yeah, because then you also like hold Barbie's suit. You're like, oh, and you don't let her go. Or if you're swimming, right? Because you're not allowed to pull back on anybody. So it's very technical. You put your forearm like here, and so you're just like, oh, I was just taking a stroke. I wasn't actually pulling. It's very violent.
Very violent and slightly perverted as well. I like it.
Yeah, I once broke a girl's finger.
Wow. Okay.
She grabbed my neck in my defense. So
Fine.
I
That seems fair.
I removed her hand from my neck, and then I used my entire body weight to hold myself out of the water.
Welcome back to
feel
water
like-
polo.
I feel like I'm so sorry.
I'm
Is that too
strangely
much?
aroused by all of this.
And,
Oh my
and
God.
welcome to Robyn Perkins.
Just me.
Violent, but in her chatty suit.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. That's why I wear the jumpsuit. It's like, oh, I'm scared, but somehow I want to keep intrigued.
It's disarming.
Yeah, it is,
It's
yeah.
nice. So conspiracies. Now, normally we ask guests what they think about conspiracy theories, whether they're interested in them. But you literally have a show about this, kind of.
Yes. Yeah. No. I'm very excited about it because I was a marine biologist, so scientist by trade. So obviously very fact driven.
Yes.
And this is my little claim to fame. So Comedy for the Curious, which is a science comedy panel show, started online in lockdown. And we were doing a different topic every week. And how I did it, I basically had friends that had material on certain things, and then I would do the science research behind it. But I also, when I was in Australia in 2020, became friends with Abby Richards, who then in lockdown is the one who created the conspiracy theory chart.
Oh.
Do you know the chart, the pyramid?
Yes.
The diagram. Sorry, I just went like that's.
Yes, like
that's
the
a different
vagina. Yeah.
The conspiracy theory vagina. But yeah, so I was good friends with her, and then
I have that on my phone, but I didn't know anyone like created it. Just you know.
Oh yeah, it used to be like a hand-drawn thing. I believe that it came out of because she was chatting to a guy that she met on Tinder that didn't know anything about conspiracy theories, and she's like, "How do you know this little about misinformation?" And then hand drew it out and was like, "This is and then it just, I mean, she went viral a few times in lockdown.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Although quite intense way to meet someone on Tinder.
Yeah, oh no, they were like chatting before,
Okay,
and then
okay.
she was like, "How do you not know about conspiracy theories?" But she now is like,
Well, he didn't know at all about conspiracy.
Yeah, I think so. I don't. Yeah,
There are people that don't question anything. There are.
but now she has a master's in environmental science and tours the world talking about misinformation and conspiracy theories. So something came out of lockdown.
That
which
is exciting.
great. Yeah,
Your nemesis there.
Yes.
Yeah.
An unexamined life is not worth living.
Oh,
I'm a believer.
Yes.
you're a believer.
I'm the cynic.
Is this? Oh,
Yeah.
that's uncomfortable. Do you know what? Don't come on my show.
What? Okay, but what?
No,
what
all
do
right.
you, so, because you're into the psychology of it and you talked a
Right.
lot about
Yes.
that, why do you think people believe?
Yes, I'm
Okay,
fascinated by
so there's 3 different reasons. I mean, there's loads of reasons, but if you look at human need, that's kind of like the big way that you can break it down.
Yeah.
And so you have Maslow's hierarchy of need, which is like basic human needs of like your food, shelter, clothing, self-esteem, father's approval. You know, the
What's
things.
father's approval? I don't understand.
It's something that I'm working for. It's the top of the
Is that like a
pyramid.
You're
unicorn?
also you're asking comedians. We wouldn't know.
I know. If we did have it, we wouldn't
be
be
doing
here.
this.
Comedy, right?
Yay! So when certain human needs aren't met, then they lead to people believing. And so the 3 big ones are we need to know what the fuck is going on in the world. So like when humans gained consciousness, like we started asking questions like, why do we exist? And why is the water blue? And so we need reasons for things. Number 2 is that we need to feel safe and in control.
Yep.
And when we don't, then we again look for reasons why, and then also because knowledge is power, and the more knowledge you have, then the safer you feel.
Especially if you've got the inside scoop. on
Yeah,
something.
but that's also leads in the inside scoop thing leads into we need to feel love and like accepted as a community.
Okay.
And so when you don't feel accepted, then you again need
Find a
to
community where you do feel accepted.
Right.
Okay.
And those are 3 broad topics that can be broken down into like there's several different cognitive biases that also lead to people believing like pattern recognition or confirmation bias and proportionality bias. And all
Well, I
those.
don't know. I've never heard of proportionality bias. What's that?
Is that we are biased to think that big things need big reasons as to
okay,
why
that
they
makes
happened.
sense.
Yeah. So like nobody gives a shit about the common cold. Like who started it? Oh my God, Dave from Walthamstow fucked a bat, and now we have a common cold. Nobody
I did
cares.
not fuck a bat.
Okay, fine.
I am from Walthamstow, though.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh wow, that literally came out of. You're like,
Now,
I'd
how
just
did
like
you
to
know that?
clarify.
It was
psychic
that was-
ability.
It was one duck in the Walthamstow wetlands, and it was a one-off.
And I did not cause the cold. But COVID, then people are like, we need to have
We
a
must
reason.
know. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, yeah.
big things. Intentionality bias is the other big one. Do you know that one?
Yeah, go.
So that one fits into the social bit a lot of the needing to feel loved and part of a community is that the bias that people think that everything you do is intentional.
Yeah.
So this happens a lot in comedy. I think when you apply for a gig and you're like, oh my God, I'm perfect for that gig, and then you don't get the gig, and there could be absolutely no reason for it. Like the booker got 1 million responses, somebody else actually the gig was pulled. Actually, somebody super famous got it has nothing to do with anything. But of course, you send in your email and you're like, but I'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Why do they? Who on the fucking circuit is talking shit about me?
Yeah.
I bet it was fucking Dave from Walthamstow that started telling the booker that I fuck ducks and and then all of a sudden
Duck fucker Ferguson.
Duck fucker Ferguson. He is a duck fucker.
I love that we've started this. You've literally
my
done
God.
nothing to lead yourself into it.
Duck fucker. I love that.
Yeah, I know. If either of us lose gigs because of this, I'm gonna be pissed off. But yeah, so there's this
Okay.
there's this bias that you think. So when
And we do all We are so all guilty of
All
that.
of us do that, right?
Yeah.
Because you have the 4 things that make something a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Oh, hit me.
Okay, so you have oh God, I don't know my presentation with me. Okay, so you have a group of people.
Yep.
Okay, acting in secret.
Yep.
To usurp power or hide the truth.
Yep.
At the expense of the common good.
Okay.
Right.
Is it always at the expense of the common good? Because
Yes.
that one.
Well, this is by a couple named Yukinski and Parent.
Okay.
They're not French. I just think it sounds better than parent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just imagine that he goes by Parent. Anyway, they wrote a paper about it, and
Okay.
it's their definition of it. I will say the whole thing, my whole set was proofed and approved by a psychologist that specializes in conspiracy
Oh, I'm not doubting
theories
it.
as
I'm not
well.
doubting it.
You're
It's just-
like,
I
give
just-
me your sources, Robyn.
That last one just feels a little subjective. I'm not saying that because it depends on what you
Okay,
define
so
as.
name one conspiracy that isn't at the expense of
Okay,
common
so
good.
Father
well,
Christmas.
What's really, not to give this away, but I genuinely have that as my example after the joke after that, Santa Claus, and you're going at the expense of the common good, fucking capitalism.
But my only happy memories are from.
Christmas. I'm just trying to ruin as much of you as I can.
We had a whole
Surprise,
episode.
surprise, the duck fucker likes Christmas.
I did not fuck that cut. I made love to that duck.
I'm so
And
sorry.
that duck fully consented before anyone writes
Absolutely.
in.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. No, you do have it. Like, look, I mean, obviously, Santa. Yeah, have you done Santa? As
We've
a
done Santa.
conspiracy?
We've
Yeah.
done Santa.
And it turned out Santa's real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but yeah, I mean, look, you can, the expense of the common good is technically in there, but it also that, I don't know, maybe there's a
Don't get me
different
wrong. I'm
definition.
very much with you on this. It's just that's I can see is where conspiracy theorist mindset would challenge that, and that's probably in that area. It's subjective. But I mean, again, we talked a lot about the need to belong.
Yeah.
That comes up a lot. And so, for example,
Yeah.
flat earthers, right? When we
Yeah.
did an episode on the flat earth, and we had Dom Jolly on. Dom Jolly had actually been out on a boat with flat earthers to the corner of the earth. And he said, yeah, they're mental, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And they just had a nice little club. And
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like they're doing any harm to the world.
No,
so is
so
it
it's not
against the
the,
common
no,
good?
so it's not the conspiracy. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, now I see what you mean there.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You could argue
does,
if somebody sailed to the edge of the earth,
And then
thinking that-
died, then it would be-
then
yeah.
that would be against the common good because
Yeah.
people would be dying. But I don't think there's too many people actually doing that.
No, but you're right. Like it's, I guess. Oh, but then you, like again, if you look at the conspiracy theory triangle and the different levels, one of them is like,
Yeah.
obviously the world is not flat.
Oh no, I don't believe there.
Oh, you don't believe that one? Okay, I just
doesn't
didn't know
believe all
how
of
deep
them.
down you were.
Just Bigfoot and the moon
But
landing,
yeah,
mate.
but that's pretty harmless, and
Yeah.
then you have a lot more. Yeah,
I-
so
I-
I do get you. Yeah.
The whole Earth's flat thing. I've been into conspiracy theories for a very long time, and I saw that gain traction again. And I saw the person that started, there was a guy called Eric Dubay, and he's a very controversial figure. But he had like a 6-hour video on YouTube, which is not on YouTube anymore. But if you look it up, Eric Dubay, Flat Earth, and it's really compelling. I used to go to sleep to it all the time, but it just, dude, it's no,
Yeah.
we are not on a flat Earth.
Are there any that you have any skepticism about?
I do. Because I mean, all right. Okay. I'm gonna just say it.
Yeah.
Please.
And then after we do it, you can tell me whether or not I should
Okay.
ask you to take this off.
All right.
I think that Trump set up his assassination attempt. He got shot in the air.
Interesting.
We talked about that a lot.
We
We
talked
did
about
a
that.
whole episode, and then we.
I'm just saying Americans are so good at guns. It's like our thing.
But see, that
12 times and not hitting him 12 times. No. And everything about the rising up and the way that he reacted and the fact that it's all too convenient. Like also the guy getting in there, security is never that untight. Loose would be the word for that. Nobody else got no.
And have you seen the videos?
Someone killed in the audience. So there was.
Were they? Oh,
yeah, someone did get killed.
Yeah.
But have you seen the videos? This video from footage of somebody filming the guy on the roof from behind, so you can see him, and they're calling over security, and security are doing nothing about it. And that it's a really interesting video to watch because you're like, well, why aren't they reacting? Like, there's a guy on the roof with a gun. They're clearly pointing it out to the security, and they're not reacting.
There are weird things.
Yeah, there are weird.
I mean,
things about it.
I will say that that shot with Trump's hand in the air, saying fight. I went, he's won the election.
Yeah.
And that was like, that was like 2 months before.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember talking, I've got friends from the States, and they were like, there's no way Trump's going to win. He's absolutely going to win. And he did. And I had conversations. I've actually fallen out with someone, and it wasn't me because I wasn't like, I'm a big Trump supporter. Although I did read that book about why Trump became president the first time. That weird woman that looks like Skeletor. I've forgotten her name. But
it is highly it is conceivable. Like it's a conceivable theory. Do you know what I mean? Like you can believe that happening, and it wouldn't be too hard to orchestrate that.
Yeah.
But I definitely. I mean, it's a great PR stunt.
It's a great PR stunt.
But
the guy knows about marketing. Whatever else you say about him, he does know about marketing.
Absolutely.
I mean, yes, I agree with you. No, I don't agree because the shot of his head turns at the absolute right moment. Now, obviously, with CGI and everything, like we can't believe what we see anymore. But had he not moved his head, he would have been killed. And that's what always sort of...
That's the thing that holds you back from...
He had not moved his head, he would have been killed. But that could be CGI. Like, if you've seen the video of the CGI comedian, looks like it's in the Comedy Cellar in New York, and it's completely computer generated, and it looks real. Like,
I haven't seen it. Yeah. I mean,
scary.
it's... Yeah,
movies are
scary.
over. Movies are over. Actors are not going to be out of work.
It is absolutely scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So the Great Solar Flash. So the Great Solar Flash theory has gained prominence with certain esoteric New Age and alternative scientific communities, purporting that a massive solar event, referred to as a solar flash, will trigger a profound transformation on Earth. Proponents suggest that this event will lead to either a mass spiritual awakening, the collapse of societal structures, or even a dimensional shift. While grounded in speculative or metaphysical belief systems, the theory draws loose parallels with actual solar phenomena such as solar flares and the coronal mass ejections. So, did you know about this one?
No.
Okay, all right.
Despite having done a load of research on the psychology, I don't really know a lot of them.
Okay. It is a bit nichey, this one, and I wasn't fully aware of it. I had to read up about it. You knew a little bit about this one.
I knew about the idea that there could be a solar flare and that would wipe out society as we know it because it would destroy all electronics.
Yeah.
That's something that's being talked about, something that's meant to be happening quite soon.
Yeah.
And then you also tied in with the Earth's magnetic field reversing and all that, which would fuck things up. But I didn't know about this specifically. So this is actually one of these episodes. I've really been schooled this episode, by the way. So conspiracy theories, all the components. This is why I do this podcast. So I'm actually going to be going, okay, yeah.
It is, because I thought of it as like it was some sort of reset. It's not that. Exactly. It's a massive change, essentially. So I'll give you the context of it. So the concept of a transformative solar event is not entirely new. Ancient mythologies and religious traditions often describe a purifying fire or light-based apocalypse. However, the modern formulation of the Great Solar Flash is largely the product of late 20th and early 21st century alternative thought. It emerged through a confluence of esoteric teachings, so groups inspired by Theosophy and Gnostic texts speak of cosmic cycles and divine light interventions. These traditions often interpret solar activity as symbolic of divine energy or consciousness. Divine intervention?
Well, I mean, in Hindu mythology, mythology as in a religious belief system, not as in I'm not saying it's not real because I don't know. That we're in the fourth epoch, we're in the fourth age, the Kali Lunga, and that's the end times.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but aren't we always in the end times?
Well, yeah, like wasn't it supposed to end in 2013 or
2012?
2012?
A movie about it.
Also, we are kind of destroying the planet.
Yeah, we're doing that anyway. Yeah.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
It doesn't feel like we need this to finish ourselves off.
No, I think we're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought this was interesting because I think in terms of the three things, it's very much of like we need an explanation.
Yes.
Because like it's based in the solar flashes that actually do happen, right?
That's true, yeah.
And so we need an explanation for them, and I found it really interesting.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that I don't know how much we're not going to prove that I don't believe it.
No.
But I can't prove it.
No.
And I think those are the ones that are like,
yeah,
I don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I think one of the things that's really interesting with conspiracy theories is that you can't fight them with facts.
No.
Because the narrative, people are more drawn to the emotion. Emotions are more truthful to humans
And
than
actually,
facts
this does feel, whilst there is some level of sort of historical context to this, and there is some science, I guess, in the sense that solar flashes happen, there is a huge emotional part of this actually, which is about sort of an awakening of humanity and a sort of a reset. So the idea was popularized through channeled entities and ascended masters communications. For instance, the Law of One material, channeled in the 1980s, discusses the event as the harvest, a moment of spiritual graduation potentially related to solar activity.
I love watching people at channel. Because part of me because sometimes it can be really erudite, you know, like, oh, this sounds like they're really being philosophical. Yeah. Or is it just someone taking the piss?
It feels, I mean, it could be, it's hard to know whether they genuinely believe it themselves.
Yeah, like I can't remember the woman's real name, but there's a channel called Ramtha. And oh my God, I love watching her. She's had like 5,000 facelifts but she's this ancient from Atlantis, and she talks about the world. But some of this stuff is really like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's good advice. That's intelligent. That's compassionate. But do they really have any knowledge? I kind of the opinion with people that channel, give us something that we don't have. Like, if you've got
your travels, Robyn, having done the show that you've done, have you met people like that?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because we have like a chat portion of the show that is like as much time as possible, and in past topics we open it up to the audience pretty early on. We don't do that anymore because instead of talking about the psychology, typically you'll get people that are like, well, what about this conspiracy? What about this conspiracy?
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But it is very polarizing because some people that come to the show are interested about the psychology and the science, and they want to know why. And some people come to the show because they're hardcore conspiracy theory believers, and they want to have some time to tell us what they think. So it's been interesting. But it's also been interesting having different specialists, and like in Perth we had a guy who specializes in misinformation, and we've had like somebody come on and explain how like the fact that you can't fight misinformation with correct information.
Yeah.
Like it's depressing.
Yeah,
it's really depressing.
Yeah.
It's just whoa. The truth doesn't even matter. It's about who can sell the best story.
That's actually very, very true, and I imagine that makes it difficult on a podcast because it's like it's not a battle. It's not a winnable argument.
Yeah.
It's just
certainly not in
two
an hour
people
or
with
2 hours.
entirely different views just spout those views at each other, right?
So you're like with flat earthers, you can. Like there's a certain amount of evidence that you can show. You can, you can show an image of the Earth from outer space going, look, it is round, right? But with something that's going to happen in the future, like solar flashes, you can't. You can't. There's
no way. No, there's no way to debate it. Absolutely.
Because we can't know.
So,
I mean, there are solar events. There are things that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But actually, that is what I think they're basing this on.
Right.
So, and it's hard to know whether or not the people that are channeling this believe it based on those historical events, or using those historical events to peddle a narrative that in some way benefits them, whether it's just followers, adulation, maybe monetization, selling books, whatever it happens to be, right?
It's true. Yeah, and I mean, like a big thing is about like being in the know.
Yes.
And that the feeling of greatness when you come, the feeling of power when you know something that other people don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's whoa.
Yeah, exactly that.
Some of us have opened our eyes. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So there's also there's a bit of UFOlogy in this one. So figures like David Wilcock and Corey Good have discussed the Great Solar Flash as part of a broader cosmic narrative involving extraterrestrials, hidden ancient technologies, and suppressed knowledge. In this view, the solar flash is both a physical and metaphysical event preordained to reset civilization and reveal hidden truths. They're coming to reset.
That's just
It's not a Tamagotchi.
But again, can you argue it? It hasn't happened yet, so
Yeah.
No, and when it does happen, we'll all know.
Out of interest, Robyn, what are your thoughts on the ancient aliens theory? The idea that a technically advanced civilization existed. The
I
pyramids
think
and that kind of stuff.
I think that like on Earth or
Yes.
in general.
On Earth, but also in general.
Because I think it's pretty naive to think that naive. No, that's not the right word I want to use. I think it's absolutely possible that life exists outside of Earth.
Yes.
Right. But and this is where like the concept of infinity. There's no end to like.
Yeah.
That blows my
There
mind.
has
I'm like,
to be life.
There has to be.
There has
we
to be.
don't have the ability to it can't be nothing. And so there's always okay. Anyway, so obviously I think they're like no, but yeah. I think that there is life.
Yeah.
Whether or not they could get to Earth, like UFOs being like, I'm just gonna go out to the shops and stop by planet Earth. I don't think they're that close. Like
Yeah.
I don't think there is life within.
Stop by, tell us how to build a pyramid, and then fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Like that is because the lifespan. Anyway, ancient civilization. I think it's probably oh God. Maybe like 85% no, only because we would have found evidence of like fossils or some other thing. Unless it was like it doesn't exist, like it's been so long that it doesn't exist. So I think that on Earth, it's not that I think that it's not possible, but I think like when people say an ancient alien civilization, what is?
Yeah, what do they mean?
What do they mean by that?
Do they mean actual
Do
extraterrestrial?
you mean dinosaurs?
That's it,
That happened. Ancient
yeah.
alien civilization. Yeah,
Yes,
dinosaurs. There we go. Boom. We know that happened.
I love the idea of intelligent dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Became bipeds. I love that. The dinosaur is one of Superman's kind of villains, and he's one of my favorite characters. They're in the middle of the earth. And they're awesome.
Which is also where the Nazis live.
Yeah. Well, no. They're on the Antarctic and the moon.
Oh yeah, they are on the Antarctic.
And Brazil.
But they get into the center of the Earth through the Antarctic, don't they?
Oh God, I'm so uncomfortable. Okay, so no, I just
You would
because
not
I
believe-
like I understand evolution. We have evidence of evolution.
Yes.
So I dated a guy once. It's not the end of the story.
Hell of an anecdote so far.
Yeah, I know my wife is really excited about it. But he did not believe in evolution.
Okay.
Which I didn't think was something you can believe in.
No,
Yeah,
it
and-
exists.
What?
People who do not believe in
Okay,
evolution.
good. I was like, I'm on edge with you. I don't know how far it goes.
And I don't mean from a religious perspective. I mean from the mathematics don't add up.
Yeah.
What?
No, this was his argument, and I in this, mind you, was like a year into the relationship because you just assume that whoever you're dating
Isn't a fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he went.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if evolution was real, why aren't people turning into monkeys?
How did it end?
Monkeys aren't turning into people anymore.
Yeah.
So why are they? No, I mean, I'm like, oh.
Common ancestor.
What do you do when you're a year in at that point?
Oh, do you know what? This is how horrible of a judge of character. I mean, I lost it. I lost it, and then we had to not and I knew, but I didn't.
You didn't want to accept. Okay,
He broke up with me. How did that happen?
What?
Yeah, I know. Okay, look, I get it. I know. Horrible judge of character. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Love makes us do terrible things.
It
Like I met
really
this
does.
duck once, and
And you're happily married now.
I am
so
happily
it's all
married,
fine.
so it's fine.
Yeah.
My wife believes in evolution and everything. It's
That was
great.
was that your first question on date
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. Hello. Hi. What do you feel about?
Whoa, this woman was intense.
Yeah. And I'm like, thoughts on Darwin, and she's like, I'm gay.
So the sun will emit a singular massive burst of energy far beyond the scale of known solar flares or coronal mass ejections that will affect both the physical Earth and the consciousness of humanity. So the flash is said to be an instantaneous or nearly so, illuminating the sky with a blinding white or a blush light. It's described as a one-time global electromagnetic shockwave with enough power to disrupt all electrical systems, electronic satellites, and possibly Earth's magnetic field. Some narratives also suggest the flash is tied to cosmic energies arriving from the galactic center, which activates or triggers the sun into this unusual burst. So your Wi-Fi won't work.
Okay. Well, how are we going to be able to tell if other people have Wi-Fi?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. I've got
Yeah.
that.
No, I know. I don't know. Nope. No. Also, like it won't. I know this is on a technicality, but they say that everybody's sky becomes white.
I think
that's
so. Yeah.
not really possible if you think about it.
Yeah.
If the Earth is
part
round.
of the Earth is,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if it's flat,
but if it's flat,
if it's flat, then everybody is wiped out. Yeah.
yeah, you're right. It doesn't quite stack up when you start
Yeah.
bringing that kind of logic into it.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, light. I don't know. This is what's. This. Oh, I should have picked a different topic. Because I don't know enough about the. I don't know enough about this. Do the flashes really reach Earth in that way? Like, because
yeah, I mean,
something.
there can be huge solar events. There was an event in 1820 something.
Yeah,
where all the telegraph went down. It was a pulse from the sun. I want to call it the Carpathian, but it's not. Carpathian begins with C.
Yeah,
But all the telegraphs went down for 3 days, and that was just the beginning of electrical communication. If it happened now, it would be devastating. But I mean, that can happen. Like I'm talking about.
Right.
I wish I could remember the name. The Carpathian event, the Carpathian event. I can't.
yeah.
Yes, and that's kind of that was a precursor to this theory
This idea.
emerging. Actually, that event. Or
So-
one of the events.
I mean, there can be like a solar event that we might not be able to predict. I think we're putting a lot of hats on this. It will be a revelation. It will. We'll see the future. You know, like I love the Fantastic Four. I want to be bathed in cosmic rays and get superpowers.
Yeah.
That I would love that, and I would love for this to be true. But it's not. Jack and Stan did it best, and this is not it.
It does feel like there is a religious and spiritual under.
Yeah, so I think
subtext to
that's
this.
what it. Yeah, like could it be a flash that will disrupt our electronics?
Yes.
Yes. Right. Will it be the new awakening? No. And I think that's where I think that's where it is. I am being very. Do you know? I'm being very scientist about this.
Yeah,
where I'm
no,
like,
no,
I
you're right
don't
to
want to
be.
commit to anything because I don't have all the evidence. Yeah.
But you think it's fucking mental.
No, I think it could disrupt, electronics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that
but
is-
a new awakening in spiritual, no, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hit on Chris Evans once by accident, and then
Which
Hang
Chris
on,
Evans?
wait,
British
Chris
Chris Evans
Evans?
or American Chris Evans?
American Chris Evans.
Thank
Oh,
God.
thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just you just being a human. He is the most beautiful.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, yeah, and was it spiritual? I mean, it would have been if he'd taken me home. But
Well, if I'd done it being criminal, but
For him.
yeah, for him, yeah. No, I was, yeah. I don't. Oh, religious is too far. I think.
So going on to the more scientific side, so the energy of the flash will instantly or rapidly disable all forms of technology and communication systems, causing a full-scale collapse of the modern infrastructure. Power grids, satellites, internet servers, and all electronic devices would allegedly be rendered inoperable. The collapse is said to lead to the breakdown of governments, financial institutions, and military operations, paving the way for the construction of a new society based on unity, transparency, and spiritual values. Some proponents think this disruption to the idea of 3 days of darkness, during which the world will be offline, quiet, no shit, and potentially chaotic. I don't think potentially.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is that
Yeah.
the solar flashes will take out electricity.
Yes.
but America's still got guns, and those are just operated by hand.
That's true.
I don't think this is going to be the breakdown of government. I don't think that's no. I think it'll
just a
be
camping
chaos
event.
and rioting, and I think everyone's going to get a TV, and then we're all going to kill each other.
Sure. I mean, I think the US government's kind of on the path to that already.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, it's
we are days away from the apocalypse.
I know makes it. It's nice that they're on their own continent because I feel like if electricity is down, they won't be able to get enough fuel to jets and travel.
Unless they take over Canada.
And they have to go via the North Pole to get over.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think they can handle the cold.
You're probably right there. During this time, individuals are urged to remain calm and inward focused. Well, they wouldn't have any fucking choice, would they?
But I mean, like,
It'll be chaos.
I remember
would be chaos.
blackouts in the 80s. Like, it'd be fun.
I do you know? I do remember having blackouts.
Yeah, I do remember having blackouts.
Yeah.
When I was like 6 years old, I remember having a hurricane, and it was awesome because, it was awesome because it was
You were a
only for a
kid.
night, and we got to have cereal for dinner because we couldn't cook. That's
is
why
pretty
it was
exciting.
awesome. You
That
were
is pretty
like,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cheerios for dinner. But as a kid, it didn't matter. But then I remember, and it's crazy that I remember this. I don't know the exact day, but there was a time in lockdown where WhatsApp went down for 4 hours. Do you
Yes,
remember this?
I do remember this.
And that's
Yes.
fucked up that we remember that.
Yeah.
4 hours.
It was-
WhatsApp went down for 4 hours, and everyone's like, "What's happening?"
It was a really difficult day.
It
Very
was
tough day.
It was.
Yeah.
I drank myself into a coma.
Yeah.
So.
You were drunk through WhatsApp.
I
the great
was-
WhatsApp.
Were you worried
downing
it was the end of times?
2022.
I was. Also, I was with my family. So, like
Okay.
you know.
It was the end of
It was
times.
the end of
Yeah.
times. You know. But yes, I had. I was drinking beef shots. Have you ever heard of a beef shot?
No, what's that?
Or a bull shot. Sorry, bull shot. It's beef consomme with vodka in it. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And it used to be very, very popular in the 70s. And it's basically a Bloody Mary, but instead of tomato juice, it's
Yeah.
beef consomme. And it used to be very, very popular, and you can't get it anywhere.
What kind of vodka is it? Because I feel like
I had Grey Goose, but that was just because I had Grey Goose.
the one with the bison grass on it would be quite good in that, right?
Yeah, it would be really good. But I didn't have that. I just had what it was at hand.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fair. But
And then eventually it was Tesco's own brand. Other own brands are available, but it's Tesco.
I
own
really
brand
descended
vodka.
then.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing about Tesco own brand or any cheap vodka. If you put it through a water filter, it really improves it.
Is that true?
It absolutely really improves it.
Okay.
'Cause
Really?
That's a bigger conspiracy than
I,
this.
my aunt had a Brita filter and she never used it, and we're like, well, let's try this, and we were like, this is good.
So you're basically
was-
purifying shit vodka.
Purifying shit vodka. Yeah, they do it twice as well, and it was gorgeous. And
Really?
how I know it was different was I used to get. You can attest to this, Phil. I am really a lightweight. When I said I had a bull shot, I had one and I was done. But I have a really low tolerance for alcohol. But I also get hangovers really easy. Like I'm hungover to fuck today because I had a half a pint.
Oh yeah, we had half a pint last night. It was a big night.
It was a big night. Honestly, I'm such a lightweight, and
so sorry.
no, my mother's ashamed of me.
Hi.
But how I know that it worked is once we filtered the vodka, I never got hangovers, so it made me drink more.
Wow, I'm learning so much.
You didn't think we were going to take this turn, did
I
you?
didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I would learn so much.
Get a
I
water
feel like
filter
the,
for your
the
tea
giant
vodka.
flashes
This
just
is what
happened.
happens when you don't have scientists on the podcast. Just us.
Also, it was locked out. It was locked out. We did that whipped coffee thing. Did you
Yeah,
do
yeah,
whipped
yeah, yeah.
coffee?
Yeah.
I loved it. I haven't done it since.
Whipped coffee.
Yeah, so you took instant coffee and you sort of whipped it until it became a foam. You know, put sugar in it and maybe put cream on top. It was really lovely. It was one of the things. It was like, you know, making your
5-minute thing.
Some of
Yeah.
us were doing online comedy at the time.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
And
know that. That's
That was painful.
wow, whipped coffee.
Yeah. It was a whole.
Oh, I
it was
feel
a
like
whole
I
thing.
missed out. Did you make your own bread too?
No, because I was living with other people, so I didn't have access. I could do the whipped coffee, that was fine. And also, the second lockdowns fell during Easter, and I remember going in to get Easter eggs, and everything was reduced to like nothing. And I bought about
what a day.
about 20 Easter eggs,
Oh, what a day.
and it was great. I only had about 2 of them because David got those for nothing. I'm going to take one. You should have got your own fucking Easter eggs, but.
Okay.
I'm still bitter. Can you tell, Robyn?
No, I'm horrified for you. Like no, like I'm not being sarcastic. Growing up, we never had like treats and stuff, and so I remember once we weren't really allowed like chocolate or crisps. So it was very special when it happened.
So the cereal for dinner was really exciting.
It was really exciting.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to football camp. Sorry,
Rightly so.
No,
I want
know,
to say if
call
it's
it
soccer,
football,
if it's girls.
if it. Whatever.
I'm
Okay, shut
I'm
up.
allowed to say that because my cousin.
She's going to water polo your ass.
My cousin Marissa Callahan is a major football player.
Okay.
Got it.
So she's a name. She
I was
doesn't know who I
at
am. but I'm
football
saying shit.
camp.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And when I came home, my sister had finished the Pringles, and so I hit her, and then she kicked me and broke my hand. We're very serious about finishing
Oh my God.
treats.
Yeah.
I
So I
so
can
see
feel
where the
you.
water polo thing came from now.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes total
Don't
sense.
eat my food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I will buy you it. Just don't touch my stuff. It's not Terry's.
I think
mine.
it's like my sister and I have been raised of like trying to get value for money on food, but also like get very anxious. Like I don't mind sharing as long as it's fair. It's got to be fair.
Yeah.
If we
And you will fight for that fairness.
oh my god! On Saturday, I was in Sheffield and I went out to dinner with one of the comics, and I'm fine about it. Like I've let it go, and I know that he hasn't even thought about this. But we split a bunch of things, and one of them was like a Vietnamese like pancake thing with like chicken and prawns, and I cut it in half, but I didn't know that his side had all of the chicken and all of the prawns. I got no chicken and no prawns, and if I had just said something, he would obviously he would have been like, "Oh my god, have some chicken and prawns," but I couldn't because I don't know him very well, and so like if it, and I just sat there being like, and he's like, "This chicken is really lovely," and I'm like, "I wouldn't know," and then. It just really, I'm
You
fine.
need to channel the water polo anger in that context.
I'm fine, but it was not fair. Why would you unevenly distribute chicken?
Because life isn't fair. Oh, that's a nightmare. What you're describing. This is not the podcast that I was.
This is totally
expecting.
turning into the podcast we thought we started off with.
No,
It's the fucking end of the world's coming, and you two are fucking banging on about not getting enough chicken.
chicken and prawn wasn't evenly distributed.
I have a graph for that.
So, spiritual narrative. The collapse is not viewed as a tragedy, but a necessary purification process, removing outdated systems of control and manipulation. It is also claimed that benevolent extraterrestrial or higher dimensional beings will intervene after or during the event to aid in recovery or guidance. So they're coming.
Yeah, they already came. They stole my fucking chicken.
Are we discounting the spiritual and the alien
Yes,
theory?
we are, absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
And I believe in some of that shit, and even I'm going.
Fine, because
No.
that was about 3 pages. This we could just write off because it.
Yeah,
doesn't sound like
absolutely not. No.
Okay, all right. So.
It's just chemicals in a sun, whoo, flashing. Yeah.
Okay. So cosmic timetables are the prophetic alignment. The Great Solar Flash is scheduled to occur as part of a natural cosmic cycle that aligns with galactic rhythms, ancient calendars, and prophetic revelations. The flash is frequently associated with the 26,000-year precession of the equinoxes, a real astronomical cycle known in many ancient cultures. Some theorists tie the event to Mayan prophecies, claiming that 2012 was the gateway opening and the flash is the culmination.
Well, I could believe that 2012 was the end of the world, because really things have been shit since 2012. You know, like.
But the world didn't actually end.
No, but
it's a bit like Marvel. It should have done at Endgame, but they went, do you know what? Let's see if we can eke this out a little bit longer.
Let's see if we can destroy the Fantastic Four as well.
No, this might be a conspiracy that I kind of believe in, but I don't think it's linked to this, is that the idea of like souls and like that there's like a spiritual essence of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, energy can't be created or destroyed, so I kind of
try to science this.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, but I don't think it's coming from that.
No.
But I feel like
But where is it coming from? It's not coming from that.
I know, this is where I'm like, I don't know, because when I die, like I just die, like like I don't believe in an afterlife. It's just gonna.
That's it. Robin's gone.
Robin's gone.
Okay.
No more Robin. Yeah. Which is like, on one hand, I shouldn't be scared of dying because I won't remember it. But on the other hand, I feel like it would be the worst if there was a heaven. I'd have FOMO. I'd have so much FOMO. I'd be like, great, I'm in heaven. That is assuming I'd go to heaven. But
hang on. Where would the FOMO be coming from? Like, I wonder what hell's like.
Yeah, I'd be like, look at all the fun they're having down there on Earth.
But what if we're here?
Earth. I was thinking like, you wonder what's happening in hell.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I do wonder what happens in hell, but like
you will find out.
I will find out. I am homosexual.
The Catholics will make sure of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I like the idea that we're here for just a blip. Here's how I would advertise Earth to you. How would you like to feel all human emotion, and just for a brief second in the cosmic grandness? You get to feel love and hate and frustration at idiots, and you get to eat great food or not in your case. And
I get that every Edinburgh in one day.
Arguably too much.
Yeah. No, but it's but emotion is like is just like certain.
I think
chemicals.
every emotion would be too much.
Well, yes,
No,
I absolutely agree with what you're saying, but and that emotion it's just chemical. Like I take medication to regulate my emotions, particularly anxiety. But a car is just moving parts that moves to get you from A to B, and that it still has. Just because you know the mechanics of it or how it works doesn't mean that it isn't a real thing.
Yeah. Oh no, I know feelings are real. I've had therapy.
And you're married.
Yeah, and I'm married.
And I'm
You
not.
must have had a feeling on that day.
Yeah, although it's a bit amazing. The opening lines of her vows were love waivers.
Wow, powerful.
Well,
What a
start
statement.
from a good point.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know you're right. Like emotions and feelings, which are different, and moods. That was a different show. They are real. I get that, and like the way, yeah. So maybe, yeah. So then, like,
And they might be vibrations.
What?
There might be vibrations. Love's a certain vibration.
No.
you've gone
Now
too
you've
far
lost
now.
me.
You've
Yeah,
gone too
I was
far
like,
now.
what are you? What are you bringing my sex life into? We're talking about love. No, that I don't think.
So DNA activation and human evolution.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Well, you haven't heard the argument yet. So the solar flash will catalyze a rapid leap in human evolution by activating dormant portions of DNA and elevating the species to a new level of existence.
Okay, so this is where this makes me angry because they've used words that I can that somebody who doesn't know would be
Yeah.
like, well, that sounds technically true.
Does sound impressive.
Activate dormant areas of sure there are genes that don't get fuck
Yeah.
off. No, that is not what happens. I saw the sun and now I'm a foot taller. No, fuck off. Like
I'd be totally up for that. As a shorty, I'm totally fine with that.
No, no, it's not. Like, obviously, mutations happen, right?
Yeah.
But
I'm sitting right here, Rob.
I mean, in good mutations and bad mutations happen,
I'm
right?
sitting right here, Rob.
Okay. I'm not saying that they're on opposite sides of the table, but but I think we all know
Listen,
they are.
it's been said.
But in order for, because nope, because even then that wouldn't. No,
okay,
no,
okay.
I disagree. No,
Fine. So according to some of the theories, human beings have junk DNA that was deactivated in ancient times, possibly through manipulation by extraterrestrials or part of a cosmic experiment. The Flash will emit energy that realigns this DNA, enabling multi-strand activation, leading to light bodies, higher intelligence, perfect health, or immortality. It sounds pretty good.
What are they going for? A triple helix?
Actually, I'm
Fuck
not
off.
sure about the immortality. I'm not actually that keen on.
No.
I'm not sold on my 4 year and 10. Like I wouldn't want to be immortal.
Yeah, no, there's a jellyfish that is
Immortal.
Also, imagine you'll drown a sea of Barbies anyway.
Yeah, I think that's pretty close.
If you live,
now.
yeah. Children born after the Flash may already carry this activated DNA and be seen as New Earth or crystalline children.
Okay, yep, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so we're up for this one. You don't buy this one.
I don't. Look. This is the stuff of comic books. This is the stuff of.
It very much is the stuff. Of comic
this
books.
is
very
this is how mutants exist in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
The comic books,
Yeah.
not the movie stuff, because that's crap. But no, Children of the Atom. No, I mean, I want to be a superhero. I do. I want to have superpowers. I'd love to be able to teleport.
Oh yeah. Do you think that you remember the TV show? Was it Miracle, where everybody had like?
Oh, the one with Rollinson and it clown.
This is strong podcasting.
God,
I don't know.
remember
famous
anybody's
people's
name.
names.
I
You
can't
could
remember
say
anybody's names.
literally
Like,
anyone.
I-
But each one of them had like a different superpower, right? And they.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do know what you mean. And I can't remember the name of it either.
Yeah.
Again, strong podcasting.
Yeah,
But yeah, that show.
That show.
Yeah.
I think it's Miracle. It's something like that.
Miraculous.
Miraculous. That sounds like a
Yeah, that
better.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Okay. So you know the show Miraculous?
Yeah.
That one with the look at that, we just lost reception. Yeah, anyway, like I don't think that could actually happen. No.
The idea.
But they're saying that that's going to happen to everybody.
Yeah.
Solar Flash happens,
So
and then
would
it's like we're just the world of Miraculous.
But we'll all be superheroes, so it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah, because also you imagine to like my cat, I'm a superhero.
Yeah.
Like she hates me, but she's
Really?
also
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, cat is probably
Yeah.
not the right. If my dog would be like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like that dog can like open cans of food whenever it wants. Like that's superpower.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. So
I don't know
like,
if it applies to dogs. It doesn't say that, but maybe.
no, I'm just saying, like, or like a 3-year-old that doesn't know how to read is like, oh my God, you're super.
You know, you do that bit in your set about when dogs stare at their owners, it releases, what's the.
Oh,
chemical?
oxytocin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 150 times.
Yeah. It increases by 150%.
Imagine if you were a superhero, how much it would, the dog looking at you would.
No, but you are already a superhero.
You are already a superhero.
Right? Yeah. You're like, oh my God. Yeah.
So actually, what we're saying is we don't need this because to dogs, we're already superheroes.
Yeah. Our DNA is already triple helix.
It's just so beautiful.
Codons up the wazoo. All right. We're good.
So, the Great Solar Flash theory represents a rich intersection of myth, spirituality, and speculative science. While it resonates with timeless human themes of transformation and renewal, its core premises remain unsupported by empirical evidence. No shit. As both a cautionary tale about the boundaries of pseudoscience and a testament to the enduring human hunger for hope and meaning, the theory warrants both respectful curiosity and critical scrutiny. Whether seen as an allegory, prophecy, or delusion, the Great Solar Flash ultimately reflects our deepest fears and our greatest aspirations for a brighter future. So, Robyn,
Yeah.
will there be a Great Solar Flash?
Okay. There could be a solar flash, but with none of the effects that were described.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
fine. Do you don't think it's going to have any effect on anything?
I don't know. Maybe electricity. Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
I know, but it's like I think it's gonna be limited.
Yeah. Maybe Wi-Fi just.
I'm really sitting on the
WhatsApp goes
fence
down
here.
for 4 hours.
Yeah, WhatsApp goes down for 4 hours. We all
Which
like,
is the end of the world, as we've already established.
You remember when it happened?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a Great Solar Flash, and will it take everything down?
I kind of want there to be, because I would like the superpowers. I'd like to be enlightened. I'd like to know. I know. This is just from Marvel Comics in the 1980s. There was a story line called The New Universe, and everybody got superpowers because of something called the White Event, which is this great solar flash. No. No, this is not real.
Okay. The white event is. I don't think we should be throwing that on. That sounds. I agree with both. I agree with you, and I don't even know actually where you're sitting on this. You kind of like agree that it might happen, but you don't think it's going to affect anything.
Yeah, because we know that solar flashes
I agree
exist.
with you.
Yeah.
Fine, cool. We're all on the same page with this
Yeah.
one. Great.
Lovely.
So, Robyn, would you like to look at Skype and tell people where you could find you everything you're doing, basically?
Okay, so depending on when you listen to this, Instagram, Robyn H. Perkins and Robyn with a Y. You can also follow Comedy for the Curious. So that has links to my science comedy panel show. I also have a psychology show called Shrink Wrapped, a psychologist analyzes comedians live on stage.
Why would you do that?
God.
Yeah, we have an actual psychologist on stage taking notes while 3 comedians do short sets, and there is a group therapy session. It's phenomenal.
That is fascinating. I'd love to watch that. I don't think I'd want to be on it.
Well, it's actually, they're happening monthly in London and then up at the Fringe.
I will come and see that.
at-
That sounds fascinating.
Yeah,
Come and see.
That sounds absolutely
8:45 at the
fascinating.
Fringe every night, and then Comedy for the Curious will be 7 p.m. at the Fringe as well. And so that it will be either about the psychology of conspiracy theories or about habits.
Yes, do check that out. It is a fantastic show, and it's been all around the world as well, hasn't it?
It has, along with my kids show. We don't talk about conspiracy theories in
I think that's probably
kids show.
wise.
Yeah.
Don't get him started too young. Look what happened to him. Would you like a solar joke to end the podcast?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to start investing more in solar energy, but it's just not going to happen overnight.
That's beautiful.
Did you write that?
Of course not. That's the end of the
Okay.
podcast. Don't fuck a duck. We'll see you soon. Bye.
If you like the podcast and fancy extra episodes and early access every week, why not join our Patreon? Just £5 a month and you'll be helping support the pod. Remember, we love you. Bye.